Welcome inside Joe Walton Stadium. This is RMUcolonials.com. I'm Matt Gatjka, joined by the only head coach the RMU women's lacrosse team has ever known, Katy Phillips. Katy, thanks for the time today to chat about the start to the season.
Thanks for having me.
A 3-1 record and a lot of goals. That's the one thing that stands out. Averaging 20 per game so far and scoring 45 in 2 wins on the road at Howard and at Delaware State this past weekend. What has been working the best, and why do you think your team's been able to be that successful on the offensive end?
With Coach Prince bringing in some new offensive strategies, I think our kids have really bought into the full offensive unit philosophy. We're working really hard to make sure that all 7 members of our unit are attacking the cage at all times and that everybody's a threat to be a goal scorer. And probably what I'm most proud of is that a lot of those goals are now coming assisted. So we're becoming an offensive unit that can be difficult to stop from a variety of different points.
Now, when you were on the road, between games, you had an opportunity to have some fun as a team, some team-building activities, I guess, in our nation's capital. Looked like a lot of fun there. Some Instagram posts to show off some of the girls on a scavenger hunt. Tell us a little bit more about what that was all about.
Well, in order to build a championship team, I think that you have to have a lot of things that click off the field and not just on the field. We like to bring a competitive edge into everything that we do, and we think that that will result in a lot of great bonding and a lot of relationships on the field as well. So we did a team scavenger hunt and broke up into different groups and gave clues that they had to jog around DC, got to get them into some of the Smithsonian museums. I was really excited because they got really creative with it, so it was a lot of fun.
Yes, a chance to do some, like I said, bonding away from the field. That definitely helps, especially early on in the season. Something else that stands out from early on with all the goals, some of these games have been, I don't want to say out of hand, but there hasn't been that late game pressure like we saw in that opener against Duquesne that went to overtime. As a coach, how do you try to help your team maintain a competitive edge, whether it be during those games or practices like we saw today?
I think that part of what you're trying to do in gameplay is make sure that you're running your systems and that you're consistent and that you're playing at the level that you expect. We really look to put in those late minutes in those games where we are fortunate enough to have the advantage. We look to challenge our players in some different ways. And it's also a great opportunity. We start to build some depth, trying to figure out who can run well with others, bringing in our freshmen, making sure that we're challenging every member of the team to really step up in gameplay.
It's been great to see a lot of the freshmen get in, basically every healthy player get in this weekend. What kind of benefits can that provide down the road?
I think it gives us the opportunity to see those players against outside competition, start to build our lineup. I think that part of being a championship mentality is that as a team, we've got to be able to produce and we've got to be able to be ready to step up in case of an injury, in case you see something, the next person down the line has got to be ready to fill that role at that level. Getting those kids in, getting them the ability to play some outside competition builds that confidence so when their time comes, they're ready to go.
That next game opportunity will be Monday on the 9th of March right here at Joe Walton Stadium as the University of Detroit Titans pay a visit, and that'll be a 2 o'clock start. What can we expect from Detroit in terms of competition?
I think Detroit's going to be a great competitor. They're going to battle hard. We had a close game with them last year, so I think that they're going to come ready to play. We're really preparing to just continue to have a really tough offense where all 7 of our unit members are scoring, assisting. We want to have a high-paced game, make sure that we are running them into the ground.
Another opportunity to catch the Colonials coming up this week. Katy, thanks a lot for the time. Great to discuss the squad with you. You can keep track of the Colonials at RMUcolonials.com.